Hi folks, I'm Jason and this is my daily vlog called Living with CMT. I hope you enjoy. Evening folks, it's Thursday evening, it's 10 to 7. I'll get the stuff that sticks in my throat out first. Well done Man United for beating Paris, I got it wrong. I don't think that should have been a penalty last night, but I can understand why it was given, and if it had been Liverpool, I'd have wanted it given, so fair enough, fair enough. They played well, they deserved go through. I thought Paris basically just took it for granted that they were going to go through after being 2-0 up. They didn't look bothered after they were in front, and they just, I don't know, I think they deserve to get beaten. They've done that a few seasons now where they've done that, Paris. They seem to take it for granted that if they win away from home, they don't have to play well at home. And it doesn't work like that at all. It does not work like that at all. Anyway, that's that bit out of the way. So that's two English clubs out of two through to the Champions League quarter-finals. There are only two left in it now, are Man City and Liverpool. They play next week. If we get all four through to the quarters, that would be amazing. I don't know if Liverpool will get past Bayern, though. Ooh, tough. Anyway, movie review coming up. Film, Jason Statham film, The Mechanic. Now, even though The Mechanic's been out a couple of years, well, a few years, I weren't sure whether I'd seen it or not. And even now, for some strange reason, I still think I'd seen it before, but I'm not sure. Anyway, it's got Jason Statham in it, and it's got Donald Sutherland in it. Basically, Jason Statham is a guy who kills people for the government or for an agency, shall we say, but he doesn't just go up to them and shoot them. He makes it look like accidents or, something that's not really a murder. Anyway, when he gets told by the head of his corporation that his mentor has turned traitor and has got some of his men killed and he's taking payments, he decides to take on, well, he gets given the mission of killing the guy, and Donald Sutherland is his mentor. He's wheelchair bound. Anyway, he kills him. He doesn't want to, but he kills him because, as Donald Sutherland says in it, if he doesn't kill him, somebody else will, and he'd rather it be somebody he knew, which kind of weird logic. And anyway, the film is basically about Donald Sutherland's son, who decides he wants revenge on the killers. So Statham trains him. Statham trains him to become a killer like him, which I got slightly confused about. Anyway, it's all about double crossing and him finding out that it wasn't his mentor that was the traitor. It was the guy who'd give him the mission, etc., etc., which you see coming a mile off. You really do. I can't give it more than 4. It's not one of Statham's best. It really isn't. The plot's very weak. It's very thin. All I could think of was why he didn't fake the guy's death and then find out the truth himself, but he never does. He just kills Donald Sutherland, and I just thought that was a bit puddled, really. You get the usual, going after bad guys, and the bad guy gets killed in the end, and Statham survives, and all this. So yeah, I'd give it 4 out of 10. It's watchable as an action flick, but it's nothing special. It's not one of his best. I think, to be honest with you, one of his best is Blitz, but that's my personal opinion. So there you go, Jason Statham, The Mechanic, 4. I haven't really done a lot today. I got up this morning and it was throwing it down with rain and blowing gale force. And as I've told you before, I don't do very well in walking in wind. I get blown over very, very easy, even with my calipers on and my stick. I lose my balance very quickly. I'm not fantastic in horrible weather. Now I found out I've got this vitamin D deficiency. That's quite funny, actually. I find that hilarious because obviously at this time of year, you're not going to get a lot of sunlight, are you? I've also been told that 2 of the things which are good for vitamin D are eggs, which I do not eat a lot of, and oily fish, which I can't stand. So I'm a bit knackered there, so I'll have to find an alternative. I am taking a supplement. I'm taking a vitamin D supplement, so that's something at least. And then what I'll do is I'll just see how I go from there. I've not done a lot today, mainly surveys, bits and bobs. My sister popped in, my sister and my brother-in-law popped in. They stayed for well over an hour, and we had a couple of cups of tea and a good rattle and stuff and a good laugh, to be perfectly honest with you. Because most of the times when we see them at functions and stuff, they've got the kids with them, and they've got 6 children, ranging in age from 10 to 31. I've got that right, yeah. That's Sean, Michael, Chris, Brad, Matthew, and Alex in that order, in reverse order, starting at the 31 and working the way down. It was obviously when my mum's birthday the other day that I went, the 70th birthday, they were all there. Everybody was there. All the grandchildren turned up. All my mum's grandchildren turned up. So it was a really good time, and it was nice to see them all. But it's always good to get Paul and Andy away from the kids because they talk a bit more and they're a bit more relaxed. They're not constantly looking over the shoulders or expecting phone calls every 30 seconds or anything like that. So that was nice. That was really nice. We had a cup of tea and everything and a good rattle, like I said. I had my sleep this afternoon. Again, it keeps knocking me out about 3 o'clock. I had a couple of hours. I'm not eating much. I don't feel like eating. I'm just terrible for eating at the moment. I've had a bowl of chips, fries. I've had a bowl of fries, and I feel all right from that. So I'm also treating myself and having a pint. Actually, I've not had a pint for a while. That's a thing called Abbott's Ale. I don't know if you ever tried it. Easier to get in the UK. I first tried it in a pub in Nottingham called the Old Trip to Jerusalem, or the Old Trip as it's known. And I got taken in there. And basically, it's a pub that's built into the side of a castle wall, and it's really cool. And when we went in, I weren't really an ale drinker back then, but I had a pint of Abbott's Ale, and I've been in love with it ever since. I prefer it draft, don't get me wrong, but cans aren't too bad. The cans aren't too bad. I'm quite an ale drinker. I don't drink lager. I used to years and years ago, but I find it filled me full of gas and made me very acidic and stuff. Whereas when I have a pint, I have a pint of Abbott's Ale. I like Hobgoblin, Spitfire, Bombardier. I like all my ales. Worthington Cream Flow, I like all that sort of stuff. But I don't mind the odd Caffrey's or Guinness either. I can't drink tons of Guinness, because it can have I don't know whether you know this, but it can have a laxative effect if you drink too much Guinness because of what it's made from. But yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind the odd pint of ale. I haven't had a whiskey and coke for a while. Two reasons. One, I'm trying to cut back a little bit, and two, we've got no coke in. And I can't drink whiskey neat because of me digestive problems that I've got. If I try and drink whiskey neat, it burns my stomach and burns my chest and makes me ill. So I've got to be careful on that front. Tomorrow we should be going town, weather permitting, because this weather at the moment is ridiculous. We've got rain followed by wind, followed by wind, followed by rain. It's just getting a bit ridiculous at the moment. I decided last night to watch a film. Like I said, I watched The Mechanic, as you've just seen the review for. But we also watched the very, very last episode of Call the Midwife on this series. And to be perfectly honest with you, I haven't liked this series much. And all the other series, they've had edge of your seat moments, gripping storylines, and things that have made you think, will they, won't they, will they, won't they? But nearly every story in this one has had a really nice, happy ending, and it's all been too Hollywood-y, and I didn't like it. I thought it wasn't realistic at all. I didn't think it was as realistic as the other series. I don't know whether it's because the first few were based on books, so they had something to go by, whereas these aren't now, you see. These are just like scripted now. These are just what they write. And I just didn't think it was as good. There was a storyline running all the way through it to do with illegal abortions. Which is obviously back then, you could face 6 to 7 years in prison or something for that. I don't know what you face now, but it was all about that really running through the entire series. But it wasn't just, I don't know, it just didn't seem right. It didn't seem realistic. It seemed too nicey, like everything was ending with, champagne and Skittles, and nobody was going to end up ill or anything like that. And if they ended up ill, they'd be cured. I think it was because when they started and they did the Christmas special, one of the main characters in it, Barbara, she died in that episode, that Christmas episode. She died in it. And I think that set the precedence where they thought, well, hang on a minute, we've already had a sad story, so we're not going to have much sadness now. If there's a sad story, we'll try and coat over it and make it and butterscotch it a bit, you know what I mean? And they did. That's exactly what they did. I'll give you an example. There was one part in it where the doctor and his wife fostered this little girl, this little Chinese girl. And then about two episodes away from the end, you find out that the person who wanted to adopt her in the end is coming out of hospital, and they've got to let her go. They've got to let her go back. Anyway, it's all teary, and they let her go. But right at the end of the last episode, it's suddenly, the bloke's had a relapse. He's gone back into hospital. The family can't cope, so the baby's coming back. And it was just a bit too nicey. It was just too, I don't know. I don't go for things like that. I don't believe that life's all champagne and Skittles. I know it isn't. Trust me. I've been through it. I know. I'm not saying I've been through the worst that could possibly be. There's a lot worse than me. But what I'm saying is, you don't go through your life where everything is all smiles and giggles. You're going to have your tears, and not just tears of laughter. You're going to have tears of tears. Where you are actually that destroyed that you don't think you can carry on. And I think it sugar-coated everything. It really did, and I didn't think it was that good. I really didn't. I would have, if I was rating it, I'd only rate it 3 out of 10 for the entire series. Whereas the rest, I'd give 8 or 9 because they've been fantastic. So no, I felt a bit let down by this times. If you watch Call the Midwife, and you've got an opinion, just tell me what you think. I should be getting me boxes tomorrow. They'll be delivered tomorrow. One of them at least, which is my geek box. The other one's a bit of a surprise, like I told you before. After I finish doing this video, I'm going to watch another film. I've already got one in mind. It's one I saw last night. I can't remember what it was called now, but I'm going to watch it. It's on Netflix again. And other than that, like I say, not doing a lot tonight. Just having a beer and chilling. Deb's just watching Netflix. She's over the moon at the moment because she just found out that Netflix has got the entire new season of RuPaul, and she's mad on watching RuPaul's Drag Race. She loves anything like that. I think she likes, to be honest with you, all the fancy costumes and the way they design all their own stuff and how they make themselves, change basically from looking like a man to looking like a woman, and how they do it and how realistic they look. Because sometimes the realism in them is ridiculous, You look at them and you think, whoa, is that a man or is that a woman? So yeah, it's just, it's one of them things really. Each to their own programs. Where I prefer Narcos and El Chapo, she prefers RuPaul's Drag Race and Casualty. So there you go. We've all got different tastes, haven't we? But that's my video for today. I'm not doing a long video today. It's already 8 minutes and I've done my movie review as well. So you all take care, and I'll do another video tomorrow, hopefully with an unboxing. I thought I'd finish today with a poem, and it's just called Don't. It doesn't rhyme, so don't be expecting it to. Don't think you can take me for a fool no longer. I've looked at myself. I've nothing to be sorry for. You tell me that it's all my fault. Your lies, your sins, your indiscretions. No more. Don't blame me. I'm myself, and you are you. If the door is what you want, look, I left it open for you. Go through it and don't come back. Because now you see, I don't cry anymore. I don't wonder what I could have done, because I know it isn't me. I've done nothing. So when you say you don't trust me, is that the truth? Nah. It's you not trusting yourself. Honesty is a path we choose, not a road we're forced to walk down. It's so easy to pass the blame, but I have news for you. The blame stops with you. Don't look at me with accusing eyes. I close mine to your ignorance and deception. Go now. Leave now. Don't look back. Thank you for watching my daily vlog. I hope it was informative and interesting. If you like what I'm doing, then you can subscribe to my channel by clicking there. And if you want to see exactly what I was talking about yesterday, you can look up there. Bye for now.